Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of our Southern Sunday suppers, I guess we can call it. So I usually like to stick with vintage recipes, which are recipes that are 20 years or older. This one unfortunately is only 10 years old. It was created in 2016. But we are going to do the Crockpot Marry Me Chicken. This is inspired by, it says her name is Diana, and Little Sunny Kitchen. Alright, so she asked for you to start out with chicken breasts. For our grocery store, it was actually cheaper for us to get chicken breast tenderloins, but the original recipe does ask for chicken breast. So I do have my skillet here heating up, and I need to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil and then a tablespoon of butter. Let's do our butter. She does call for unsalted butter. I do not have that, so I'm just going to use salted regular butter, and she asked for olive oil. Once again, I don't have that, and I'm just using, that's just regular vegetable oil. So we are going to take our chicken breast tenderloins out of the package, and we are going to add some salt and pepper to them. I'm going to show you on your tenderloins, you may have like this very tough white piece of a tendon. I like to cut that off because it's extremely difficult to eat. So I just go, we just cut that off. Alright, we're going to go ahead and salt and pepper the chicken tenderloins. That was so funny. Ooh. And then everything is melting very nicely in our pan. So once we get the other side, with some salt and pepper on it, we're going to place them directly into the pan. Hopefully it won't crowd them too much. And we are going to bake them until they are browned on the outside, because we are going to be placing them into the slow cooker. I'll try not to sneeze. Pepper makes me sneeze sometimes. Oh goodness, excuse me. Does pepper ever make you guys sneeze? It does me. Alright, we're going to let them stay in there for a little while until we can get them browned on one side. Alright, while these, the chicken tenderloins are still frying up, we're going to make our sauce that's going to go into this crock pot. So you may see me add in different measurements. It's because I'm doubling it because we love sauce. So I'm going to tell you the measurements for the original recipe. And for this, you need to add 1 cup of chicken stock or broth. And then 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. I'm going to have to get some more cornstarch on it, guys. Yeah. Let me lay this out so I can remind myself to put it on my list. 4 cloves of garlic minced. I'm going to use jarred up garlic. Some people call it jarlic. And might do, what is that, a teaspoon? So rounded. Couple of teaspoons, which would be rounded tablespoon of it. She calls for a 3/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper. I'm going to be honest with you, I am a wimp. I cannot handle heat at all, so I will not be adding it. And then you're going to have 1/2 teaspoon of dried oregano and 1/4 teaspoon of dried thyme. So I do have thyme, but I do not have oregano. So what I'm going to do for me is I'm going to sub Italian seasoning for oregano. I used to have it, but I guess I'm out and I just didn't write it down on my grocery list. So this will be a first time for us trying this recipe. I'm very excited. It looked delicious, and it's served over rice. Okay. So let's mix this up. Let's set it off to the side, and let's see if we can turn our chicken over. There you go. As you can tell, I've got my slow cooker ready. Okay, yeah. We can turn these over. It's okay. I'm going to cut these into bite-sized pieces anyway, because I have a 9-year-old and I don't like him having a knife. So I just cut up all the pieces for everyone. And my daughter's doing a summer internship, so this way all of hers can be into bite-sized pieces as well. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. We're going to let this cook for an additional, it says 2 to 3 minutes per side, but honestly it did take longer for me. It took probably about 5 minutes. So we're going to give this another 5 minutes, and then it's going to be transferred over into the slow cooker. We're going to turn one over and take a peek and see if it's browning any. Okay, it's starting to slightly brown, so we're going to turn off the heat. I'm going to transfer these over to my cutting board. Now this is a step you do not have to do. I just choose to do this because I have a little one and I don't want him using a knife. So I'm going to be cutting these into pieces and then transferring them into the slow cooker. Alright, so I have it all cut up and I've added it back to the pan. So I do have my slow cooker preheating. So I'm going to add all of this to the pan, or the slow cooker, sorry. And we're going to pour our mixture that we made earlier over the chicken. Let me see if I can get you over here so you can see it. See, add in somebody. Alright, got a little bit. This smells delicious. And then we're going to pour this over the chicken. Move it around a little bit. And then we're going to put on some sun-dried tomatoes. This is an 8.5 ounce jar. Oh, it smells so good. She called for a half a cup. I think this just elevates the dish. Makes it super scrumptious. And that looks about right. I'm going to let you all take a look. Alright, so this is what it looks like, and you're going to put the cover on it, and then you're going to cook it on low for 3 to 4 hours, or on high for 1.5 to 2 hours. This has been in here for about an hour now, and I want to tell you guys, it smells wonderful. Now we're going to fish out those chicken pieces, and we're going to add in some heavy whipping cream and some Parmesan cheese. So I'm going to try and remove as much of the liquid as I possibly can. Guys, I cannot begin to state how delicious this smells. And if you hear something going on outside, we finally were blessed with some rain. So we got a little mini Grand Canyon, we call it. We've had to reroute some roads and stuff on the property. And this is actually probably the very first rain that we've had. So he's out there fixing the mini Grand Canyons. They're just in one spot. So it's nothing bad. It's a lot of chicken. We always like to have leftovers as well. Now once I take this out and thicken it up, you know, and finish with all of this, I'm going to start our rice. And we do use a rice cooker. My husband loves jasmine rice in a rice cooker. Now if you want to do boil in a bag or however, that's totally fine. Or if you want to bypass the rice and you want to serve it over noodles, that would be great as well. No, I haven't tried it, Troy. This is my first time trying this recipe, but I think it's going to be great. Yeah, the Marry Me Chicken recipe originated 10 years ago from a different individual. Alright, so let's add our 1 cup, oh, there we go, of heavy whipping cream. Now remember, you'll see me add in 2 because I am doubling the recipe. So I hope these Southern Sunday suppers become, you know, a good success, you know, a pretty good success, because I always struggle with what to make. So if there's any way I can help somebody out, that would make me feel so good. Alright, now we're going to add in our shredded Parmesan cheese. I just added what was left in the bag, but you're supposed to add in a 1/2 cup. Let me show you what's going on. And then you just stir it up until the Parmesan cheese is nice and smooth. Now I'm going to add our chicken back to it, and I accidentally put my slotted spoon right into the sink. Goodness gracious. I want to dump it in there, but I'm afraid of splashing. Oh, guys, they need to make smell-o-vision. You would thoroughly enjoy this. I think the most expensive ingredient, believe it or not, was the heavy whipping cream. It was around $7, but if you're just making the 1 serving, then it's probably like $4. Alright, we're going to put the lid back on and let it kind of smooth out and do its thing for another about 20 to 30 minutes. I thought I'd bring you along as I made myself a plate. Nothing but the best fine china. I don't feel like doing dishes, guys, okay? Alright, my kids are lining up. They're getting ready. Well, actually, one of them is. Audrey's always a good sport.
They probably think I'm fat.
You're not. You're perfect.
What about
Look
me?
at this. You're skinny. Look at this deliciousness. You know what? Everybody's perfect in their own way. Alright, so I'm going to add some salad here in a little bit, but I wanted to give it a taste test. Hopefully I don't scald my mouth off.
Burn.
Oh, that's good. Alright, so here is my plate, and I like to use the Olive Garden, I guess, signature Italian dressing. Yum. I've got my #1 supporter here with me. Audrey is going to be giving a taste test.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's good? Awesome. Well, y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. We'll see you next Sunday.